Okay, hey guys, what is going on? Just as per usual, the usual sort of thing. Just let me know about the audio. I'm just actually fixing it to usually what it is now. Just let me know if the audio is good, and yeah, we'll get it under wraps. What we're gonna be, just having a bit of a chat about today. So yeah, I'll just talk some nonsense before I start getting in the feed because what do you call it? Just because the what I'm seeing in the comment section, like you're getting my voice about like 20 or 30 seconds late just because of general YouTube delay. So just let me see if people are saying the audio is sweet or not. Da, da, da. Sorry if this is just a bit of a boring start. Just okay, the audio is good. I just had to wait for like one or two responses in. Okay, I've gotten a flood at the moment. Okay, well, we'll start now. Just let me remove this. Which picture is it? I think it's that one. There we go. Hello. Okay, what is going on? Okay, yeah, audio's sweet. Everything's good. Actually, I won't have a drink yet. I'll save that for a bit. Okay, yeah. So, obviously, thanks for everyone coming in now. Everyone's streaming in. Just a heads up, if you're here early, I will actually have a new video out basically straight after I end this live stream. So I'll do a live stream for about hour and 20 roughly. I'm gonna try and aim for an hour and 20, hour and 25, and then I'll end the stream obviously, and then about 5 minutes later roughly my new video will be out. So it'd be awesome if you could go check that out when it is up. Hello everyone joining the stream. Hello Noah. Hello Alex Nerdsworth Taylor. Hello everyone. Hello Spark HD. Oh, and once again, if you've been in the streams before around this time, it's pretty early. I've woken up early. It's only 6 a.m. in Australia, but I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get back to sleep. So let's just live stream, have a bit of a chat before my new video goes up. What will the new video be about? It's actually about a couple of things. It's about something from Legends, something from Arrow, and something from Flash. The Legends and Arrow stuff is the more exciting stuff, but it still involves something from Flash, which a lot of people, have been asking about. So I thought, you know what, we'll chuck it in there as well. It's not confirmation, but it's still something to talk about and still causes some excitement. But you'll see it obviously in about an hour and a half when it goes live. But the Legend stuff and the Arrow stuff is definitely more exciting. Even if you don't watch those shows, or if you did, maybe dropped off them. Yeah. It's exciting stuff to hear. Smoking another blunt, watching Pagey again. Like, that's the way to go, I guess. So yeah, just leave any questions you want. As I've said, actually, today's a bit of a special stream because I've actually cleaned the whiteboard and I've gotten the new whiteboard marker. So, for those asking, I needed the new whiteboard marker and I needed to clean the whiteboard. It's been done. Okay, so we'll christen the new cleaned or the newly cleansed whiteboard by doing the thing we've been enjoying the most on here. So someone did ask about what the hell, to quote, what the hell is SuperChat? SuperChat is that little, sorry, my nose is extremely itchy. Oh, is that little symbol under the text box? I'm not even showing it to you, I think. It's that. Yeah, and so I'll keep that there. See, clean whiteboard, new marker. It makes such a difference. But yeah, a lot of people were asking me to do that, so I did that. How long till the crossover in England? Well, the crossover will start in about 29 hours in Australia, or like 29 hours, like when it first airs in the world. It will start in about 29 hours. But in England, isn't like on TV and stuff. Sorry, just my mind was fixated on the comment section for a bit. England's like 2 weeks behind or something when it comes to like the shows. Yeah, slow mode's on to reduce spamming because in like the first couple of streams, people were just spamming ridiculous stuff. So I had to put slow mode on. Like I know it's a bit annoying if you maybe type something and you need to fix it, but for the most part, I had to put slow mode on just because people were taking advantage of the fact that there was no slow mode on and they were just spamming. Oh, it's a week later in the UK. Okay, I thought it was 2. Where is Roy Harper? Well, maybe you should watch my new video in about an hour and a half. That might be a little. Actually, I've just sort of spoiled the Arrow bit, but yeah. But yeah, won't talk about that anymore. But yeah, definitely watch my new video if you're wondering about Roy Harper and maybe a certain mystical character in regards to Legends. You are not Pagey, we are. Unfortunately, that's the case. I think it's the common meme. Why do you like Flash more than Arrow? I don't. Like the thing is the show I'm most excited to watch now is Legends, because Legends is the most consistent and I think it's the best show at the moment. But overall, I think Arrow is a better show than Flash. If you think like how many good seasons Arrow's had. I didn't spoil my own video. I just sort of gave a bit of a teaser, just a bit of some inside information as to what's going on. Hello, Swagger50057. I do remember you. Why do I hate on Citizen Steel? I don't think I've actually ever hated on Citizen Steel. I'm pretty sure I said that Nate is actually one of my favorite characters on the show. What is the starfish out of space? That's Starro, which I'm surprised. They even did that because Starro is just like this villain that the Justice League versed. So I highly doubt that Wally West would ever get close to taking him down. I just got an Xbox One S. What game should I get? Probably the new COD. The new COD's very good. I would say Star Wars Battlefront, but I've been playing it. It's okay, but I wouldn't like scream out for people to go get it. Like it's fun if you like. It's fun, but it just like it has little to offer in regards to progression. So I haven't played COD actually for a while, but out of the two, I prefer COD. World War II. What character interaction are you looking forward to in the crossover? I don't know. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head anything I'm looking forward to at the moment. Sorry, what was that? MK19:20, a massive supporter of the channel, always dropping the super chats in the live streams, which is much appreciated. Dropping the 50 Norwegian krone. I remember that now. I'm learning about currency thanks to super chat. He goes, what do you think will happen to Sarah if Legend and Arrow ends? Both of them ends. Well, I think she'll just be gone, I guess, unless there's another spin-off. Like that's the really only thing they could do. Is possibly spin the shows off, and I think that's what they might do with Legends. Like if say Legends didn't become viable for the CW to continue on Warner Brothers due to the cost, because if you didn't know, the two most expensive shows to make on the CW are Supergirl and Legends, but Supergirl still gets decent, like pretty decent views. Like it gets probably like the middle area of between Flash and Legends, so it still gets decent views for its cost. Legends is on the lower half, like it's probably on the straddle point, if you want to call that, of its cost in regards to, you know, keeping the show going and its views. But if it ended, I think they might do another spin-off, because why not? Like, get the views. I just probably make a show that's cheaper to make. So maybe like a street level show, like maybe Birds of Prey. Maybe not call it Birds of Prey, but something around that concept, like a female show, which I think would be very popular. Yeah, Sarah's good in Legends, but if Legends ended, like they can't keep the show just for Sarah, because if they feel they need to cut it down because it is an expensive show to make, then they might have to do it. But thanks MK19:20 for the 50 krone donation. Janice dropping the $2 super chat. Let me scroll up a bit so I can keep it on the screen for a second. She asks, any thoughts on the Earth X version of the Legends? Which is interesting because obviously we've got a Earth X version of the Flash, Earth X version of Arrow, and then Earth X version of Supergirl. So where are the Earth X versions of the Legends? Now we know that Red Tornado and his name always Metallo. His name's always just goes out of my head, but Metallo are gonna be in the crossover, so they might be like the versions of the Legends, like the, you know, other people. But I have a feeling there might be a Firestorm on Earth X, and they might just be keeping that a bit under wraps. Like he might only be in the episode or the crossover for a bit. But you would hope so, or at least one or two of them. Like, I'm not saying every single one. Like, technically, there's an Earth X version of Captain Cold, who was a legend, so but he's a good guy, so he's not evil, so you can't really, yeah. I hope there is, and they're just maybe keeping it under wraps. Like, they might have filmed a lot of the scenes indoors with them, so yeah. I'm hoping there is more Earth X versions of the villain of our heroes, might I say, because there's so many heroes, and only a couple of villains and those like soldiers, but those soldiers are so easy to take down. Like the Flash could take down all of them probably. So yeah, hopefully there is more villains. I just want to make sure there wasn't any other smaller stuff to talk about. Okay, we'll go to Sam. Let's just go down to the bottom. Sam dropping the $10 super chat, much appreciated, Sam. And once again, thanks Janice for your super chat as well on the question. This is from Sam. Something totally not on the topic of the video. That's fine. But if Prometheus and DeVoe were to face off, who really would be a step ahead, or better yet, who would have the most impact on their opponent? It's actually pretty good. I would say DeVoe. I think they're both good in regards to strategy, but I think DeVoe's just, just obviously much more intelligent. So if it came down to like making a decision up on the spot and maybe not getting, steps and plans ahead, I think DeVoe would get the upper hand. But then again, Prometheus could just like chop his head off. Yeah, so when you have like two villains going against each other, like you always have you always have to keep in mind that like they're like homicidal maniacs, so one's just gonna kill the other, and I think Prometheus is definitely more insane. But I guess it matters how long Prometheus has to plan it in. But remember, DeVoe's really smart. Like Oliver wasn't very smart last season. He allowed Prometheus to get under his skin and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think in regards to just like a mental battle, DeVoe. But if like it got to the point where like Prometheus just got really annoyed, he would just pull out his sword or his arrows and the bows and stuff, and he would just kill DeVoe for sure. But it'd be pretty close in regards to like the mental battle. But thanks Sam for the $10 super chat and the question. It's much appreciated for supporting the channel. And also, I did put finale chat in discussion because I probably won't live stream again before the mid-season finales, because a lot of you guys would know I'm going away. So on, like the morning after the crossovers, like the last 2 episodes of the crossover airs, I'm going from here, where I am at the moment, going down to where I'm from, which is Sydney, and then I'm spending a couple of days there and then going overseas. And I won't be able to live stream while I'm down there. I might, but I can't promise you because I'm not 100% sure about the internet situation down there. So this would be last time to talk, like mid-season finale, along with the crossover stuff. Film Learning made my intros, my 2 intros, yeah. I know he hasn't, but like I wouldn't be bothered to like take the packs down because you have to like have the programs and stuff. I wouldn't be able to do that. Do you think Superman can appear in the crossover? It's obviously he could appear in the crossover, but the issue is why wouldn't I guess whenever Superman's there, he does take some focus off Supergirl. So I can understand why they didn't put him in the crossover. It would have been cool if there was maybe an Earth X version of him. But yeah, I can understand why they didn't use him, just because it does take focus off Supergirl. Because really, most people would rather watch Superman than Supergirl, like, if you want to be honest, because he's just a much more popular character. When does Black Lightning start? Black Lightning starts, so the show's going to go on mid-season finale next week. That's their mid-season finale. They go on a break. They're gone for roughly around 5 weeks. It's 5 to 6 weeks, one of the two. And then they come back on January the 16th or 15th or something. I think 15th is Supergirl and 16th is Flash, and Black Lightning is replacing Legends time slot. So Legends won't be coming back till February just because it has smaller episodes, a smaller amount of episodes. So they're gonna debut their mid-season premiere later, just so it somewhat gets close to the end with the other shows. Mr. Orcaman's reactions and reviews dropping the $1 super chat. Thanks for that, mate. I much appreciate it. What NRL team do I go for? I go for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Shout out to Jamil. Welcome to the chat. Welcome everyone that's still joining or have just been here the whole time. God, 15 minutes went quick, didn't it? Why do you think Flash Season 3 was so bad? Uh, I love Captain. Was that your name? I love Captain Cold. Is in like some weird symbols as well. You donate by clicking that little button thing. It's like a little dollar sign. You can leave a question, a comment if you want, or you can just donate, one of the two. But why do I think the Flash season 3 was so bad? I didn't think it was so bad. It was just very disappointing, and it just tripped over its feet at the end of the season. They just, like, the way that they did, like, Savitar was an interesting villain in the first half, and then they just sort of like, yeah, as I said, tripped over their own feet, introduced too many like confusing storylines. Yeah, just a bit of a mess. Like the whole, honestly, like I know like West Allen fans wouldn't like it, but they should have killed Iris and then like bring Iris back later on, similar to what they do in the comics. But they should have made a statement. Like they made this whole thing, oh, this dramatic thing's going to happen at the end of the season, and then it's the one expendable character in the whole show, Harrison Wells, because people were asking me like, why is Harrison Wells expendable? Like we've seen in the seasons leading up, you can just get another Harrison Wells from the multiverse, and that's why he's expendable. Especially HR when he was like from like a random Earth, like he wasn't Harry. If Harry died, then yeah, it might not have been seen as an expendable death, but even then, you could replace him really easily. But yeah, they just used the expendable character for the death, and the season really meant nothing. Like there was no stakes. Like they could have killed Iris. I know a lot of people would have been annoyed, but they could just brought it back later on. White Canary means Black Canary. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Like, to be completely honest, I don't think there's going to be that much of an interaction between Dinah Drake and Sarah. I think a lot of people want to say White Canary made Black Siren. I'm shocked they're not doing that. Sarah might learn of it. Can I do reactions? I was going to do reactions for the crossover, but I was thinking it through, and it's going to be just annoying to do. So I'm just going to do a review for both of the episodes each day. So I'll do one video, so one review for the Supergirl and Arrow episodes combined, and I'll do the exact same for the Flash and Legends ones. Just to, I know I could like spam out multiple videos and stuff like that, but I don't really want to force people to watch multiple videos. So I'm just going to try and condense the reviews into one video and maybe keep them around 15 minutes. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. I know some people did want reactions, and I said I might do them, or I would do them actually if people wanted to see them. But in like me thinking it over, it just didn't seem like a viable option, and I didn't really want to do it. Josh, I did not see your question. As I said, like the best way for me to, if you really want a question answered, the best way is to super chat. I gotta just keep this thing here because I keep having to reach back, and it's really annoying. What's the order to watch the shows? It's Supergirl, Arrow, and then Flash and Legends as normally. So Arrow is the only show that's moving and just slotting in between Supergirl and Flash. Like if Arrow wasn't that day distant, they would probably do it Supergirl, Flash, Legends, Arrow. But because Arrow's on that random day, like there's a day break, they're gonna move Arrow for Supergirl, which I think is the right move. What are you expecting from the Arrow season 6 storyline? I think that's what the question was. I'm expecting Ricardo Diaz definitely to poke his head out and go, "Hello, what's going on?" I was a bit not a letdown, but I definitely didn't show my true colors in that first episode. And I think he's meant to be in the mid-season finale, and he'll probably make a statement in that episode, because I know he's going to be like a bit of a badass. And he's a martial arts expert. And they didn't hint at that at all in that episode he was in. So there should be a decent amount in that mid-season finale that gets us excited for the back half. And in regards to the storyline, yeah, I'm not too sure what they're going to do with Ricardo Diaz. I know he's in the drugs thing. We have the Janice with the super chat. We'll get to that in just a second. But with the season 6 storyline, I'm sort of unsure what they're going to do with it. But then again, I didn't really know what they were going to do with the season 5 one either. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see in regards to that. We should learn, like in the mid-season finale, usually you get like a hint at what they're going for, or at least in the opening episodes of the back half. So by episode 12 or 13, we should hopefully know what's going on. But yeah, Janice dropping the $5 super chat, much appreciated. What are your rankings on the Arrowverse shows, and how many seasons do you think each show will have? Overall, like at the moment, I'd say like Legends is the best, but in regards to like all the shows as a whole, like if you combine all the seasons, I'm just trying to judge between Arrow. I think it's still Arrow, just because Arrow's had 3 good seasons, or 3.5, because I thought the first half of season 3 was decent. So 3.5 good seasons, while Flash has probably had 2.5 good seasons. So I would put Arrow at the top, then Flash, then Legends and Supergirl, because I think Supergirl's this season has really been its only decent season. Season 1 was pretty much unwatchable on a rewatch. Like you can watch the first episode, like the first time, and be like, okay, this is watchable, but it's I tried to rewatch some episodes from season 1. It's really painful. Season 2 was a step up for Supergirl, but not saying much. It still had the same issues as season 1. I think it just had some like hangover from crossing over networks, and season 2 just had some decent parts, but for the most part wasn't that good. But season 3 has been very decent for Supergirl. Still some issues, but like the actual main storyline is very enjoyable. But Legends season 2 was really good, and season 3 is really good so far as well. So Supergirl does fall down to number 4, but that's just because they had issues in season 1 and 2. So really, season 3 was almost like a mini reboot of sorts for them. Without being a reboot, they just sort of like cleaned house a bit, like stopped James as Guardian. Like, thank God they did that. But thanks, Janice, for the super chat and the question. But yeah, Arrow, Flash, Legends, Supergirl. If I started talking too much and rambled a bit, that's my ratings. And in regards to how long that would go for, just remember that Janice asked that. I think Arrow will definitely get a season 7, but I don't know after that. Flash will go up to season 7 100%. And then it just really depends after that if they want to continue it. Legends and Supergirl are really expensive to make. They're the most expensive shows on the CW to make, just due to like the filming locations and the technical costs like CGI. Legends would most likely be the first one out of them to get canned, just because of the cost and like their ratings. But yeah, I think Supergirl will keep going. I think Supergirl would have to go around maybe Legends ratings to get cancelled. Or they'd cut down the cast to like keep it going. But yeah, like I think Supergirl maybe gets to season 5, maybe season 6. It just really depends, because I don't think like Legends wouldn't be able to continue going if like Arrow and Flash ended. But I think Supergirl would, because it's on its own Earth. Like Supergirl's probably the only show that could keep going if the other shows ended. Or maybe Flash could, but yeah, you know what I mean. Arrow season 6 is kind of awful. It's got some really bad parts in it, like. It's almost like they're like, yeah, I'm not going to go into that, but because I don't like to judge a season before it's like a decent, like the majority of it's done, you know? So I can't really, like, I thought Flash last season had a better opening half of the season compared to Arrow. I thought Arrow's first half was just really average, apart from maybe like 1 or 2 episodes. But then Arrow's back half like was just very, very good, and Flash's back half was very disappointing. Thank you, Hunter Cavul. Sorry if I mispronounced that. For the $1 super chat with the Pickle Rick, what do you call it? Profile picture. Isn't Supergirl supposed to get a new suit? I think she will get a new suit next season, and it'll be like the Overgirl suit. So Overgirl's basically got like pants, and that's what Supergirl had in the New 52, and in the Injustice. Like Injustice is one where she has those like the pants, and I think they might do that. Like she's got like the classic Supergirl look, but they might upgrade her come next season, especially with that Overgirl suit. If people like really respond to that and like it, then they'll change Supergirl's suit for sure. When is mid-season? The mid-season finales are next week, and then the break is basically over the new year. From then over the new year, and then the shows come back around like I think it's the 15th. I think Supergirl comes back on the 15th or the 16th, one of the two. Which mid-season finale are you most excited for? I don't know. I would say The Flash, but then I wasn't expecting episode 7 to be so thinker heavy, like Barry interacting with the thinker so much. Because I know in the mid-season finale, Barry's meant to interact with him a lot. So probably Arrow, because we're getting more Ricardo Diaz. And probably Supergirl, because I think like Rain and stuff, like without spoiling Supergirl, there's meant to be a lot of, I think Rain and Supergirl are meant to fight in that episode. Not 100% sure, but I think they are. So yeah, Supergirl might be up there just for that Rain and Supergirl fight, just to see how it goes. Hopefully it looks decent on TV. Will Goodspeed, I think you mean Godspeed, ever be on The Flash? We talked about this like yesterday or the stream before, one of the two. It's a possibility. Like he's a popular character from the comics now. He looks cool, obviously. The issue is that he's not really a villain. He's a vigilante. He's not like an anti-hero. So they might have to change what they want to do with him, like change the character around. But yeah, so we might see him. Mr. Mac dropping the... Is this Return of the Mac from Legends? Return of Mr. Mac. He dropping the $2 super chat and goes, after every break, they just wing it Flash/Savitar. Yeah, Flash can tend to do that. I think season one's the exception. I think season one didn't wing it. I think season one had a plan from beginning to end. And that's what I think what they're saying about this season. Apparently this season is completely planned. Like there's not going to be any rewrites. While with Zoom was, I think, roughly planned out pretty well. But they even admitted that last year with Savitar, like they didn't plan out a lot of it. Like it was really not winging it, I guess, but off the cuff. Like they would, like, say, plan it like 5 episodes out, then rather than say in the mid-season break, plan the whole of the back half of the season out. So I think they figured out, they realized their mistake, because the back half of last season of The Flash was very messy. But yeah, thanks for the super chat, Mr. Mac. And then we have Amir Al Hadwan. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name. Let me know in the chat if I am. I'm really sorry if I am. But he's dropping the $5 super chat. In the crossover, who do you think the 53rd Reverse Flash is? Earth 53 Wells or Earth 53 Earbud / Wells version? So like a Wells-abud, like similar to season 1 of The Flash. I would say Harrison Wells, just because it's a bit more simple and it's a bit more believable. Just because, you know, Earbud Thorne, like, why would he have a reason to come back if there was no Barry Allen being the Flash and stuff like that? So I would count on it being Earth 53 Wells, but it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if they went and did the Earbud Wells thing, just like as a throwback to season 1. I think it just might be Evil Wells. I'd rather just see an Evil Wells, because he might play him a bit different than, say, Earbud Thorne Wells. Yeah, but the most likely one is definitely Earth 53 Wells, but don't count out an Earbud Thorne taking over Harrison Wells' body, or his appearance, might I say. Don't take that out of the equation, because it could definitely still happen. In regards to, but thanks, Amir, for the $5 super chat and the question. It's much appreciated for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. Someone asked about the, what do you call it? The super chat button on the iPad and stuff. I don't think it's on iOS. I think it's on Android, but on iOS they still haven't done it. I'm assuming it's just something to do with YouTube. But yeah, and in certain countries they don't have it. They've said that it is Earbud Thorne. Well, that's a bit weird that they would confirm that. Are you sure that's confirmed, or it's just highly speculated? Because a lot of people are saying they confirmed Blitzen, but Blitzen isn't the name of it. They haven't confirmed that. I think they've just been calling him Dark Flash. I think that's what his name is on the crossover. Do you think Billy Malone is Caden James' son? Nah, I think it's a bit too old. Owen Post, I think, was his name. And I don't know how old he's going to be. Like, hopefully that isn't too much of a storyline, because honestly, I don't really care too much about it. I don't like it when they go, like, oh, my son's been captured. Oh, you killed my father. Like, yeah. Like, it was cool that it motivated Prometheus, but I didn't care necessarily about the fact that they did the, like, involved his father. It was just cool that it drove Prometheus to that level and what he did to Oliver. Where has Ralph been in The Flash? Well, I think they did like an extended scene if you watched it like live on American TV, where you said he was going undercover. So I think it's just an excuse as to why he wasn't in the episode. But I'm surprised he's not going to be in the crossover. Like, why wouldn't he be going to the wedding unless he's like deep undercover? But who knows? Will Ralph and Caitlin ever happen? I don't think they'll do that. They might tease it, but I don't think they'll happen, just because like it's a bit of a meme now that Caitlin always gets involved with like the guest actor for the season, or the new character. What about Legends season 1? That was good. The first half of the season I didn't think was that great. Like, the first couple of episodes are decent, but then that like middle part leading up to their mid-season finale wasn't that good. It was a bit messy. And then the back half it started to get decent. This is from Hunter, dropping the $2 super chat, going, do you think that Barry and Iris will get married? Yeah, obviously their wedding's going to get crashed and they won't get married at that point, but by the end of the crossover they will get married. Like, I think that's the whole what do you call it, like, point of it. Like, it begins with an wedding, it begins with a wedding and ends with a wedding. It's like a wedding bread, like the sandwiches or the action, the filling in the sandwiches or the action. Can't pronounce that name. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but he's dropping the is it Russian ruble or something like that? 40 of them on the super chat, and he goes, Justice League Barry's a sociophobe. Yeah, it was a bit weird, like Barry was like a bit of a loner and just like didn't want to interact with people. But I think that's the whole thing, like him going to the Justice League gives him confidence. So like, if he's like sort of a Justice League spoiler, but something at the end, like, it motivates him to push his career forward, if that makes sense. Like being on the team, obviously someone helps him on the team with that, but like just being with people and gaining confidence pushed him forward. So I think it's sort of like the storyline they're going with him. We have Barry Allen dropping the $1 super chat. Thank you. It's an honor to have the Flash here, even though you've got the reverse Flash as your profile picture. So, but yeah, thanks for the super chat anyway. It's much appreciated for supporting the channel. Who was your favorite character in the Justice League movie? Probably Flash or Aquaman. I would have liked to see more Aquaman, but I understand they have his solo movie coming out next year, so I understand why that wasn't too much. Do you think Earth X Ronnie will show up? Well, I have a feeling there could be an Earth X Firestorm, because why not? May as well. And it could be Ronnie. I know that Robbie Amell, who played Ronnie Raymond, was in Vancouver around the time of the crossover filming, but I don't know how long he was there for. So I can't really say he was there for a week and he's definitely filming. I just know that he was there for at least one day, because I saw a picture, or it was like Instagram or something, with him, Danielle Panabaker, and I think it was Katie Lotz in like an Uber or something, and they were in Vancouver. Will there be Earth X Laurel Lance? I don't think so, just because I don't think Katie Cassidy was on set most of the time during the crossover filming. I think if they're going to do anything with Katie Cassidy in the crossover, or Laurel Lance, might I say, it would be Black Siren. But yeah. Which is your favorite movie? Are you talking about in like the DCEU? In general, I couldn't really pick a favorite movie I have, but in the DCEU, I really do like Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition. I watched Man of Steel the night before last. I really enjoyed that movie. Sam dropping the $5 super chat, much appreciated. Sam, always supporting the channel. Off topic again, since your voice can be heard, if you had a suggestion to writers for the next villain in Justice League, or direction for the future of the DCEU, what is it? Well, like, they're building up to Darkseid, obviously. I'm surprised there was little to no featuring or mentioning of Darkseid, or like even they didn't even mention Apocalypse in the movie. So it makes me think that, okay, well, he won't be the villain for the next Justice League, sure, unless the Justice League movie is like, the next one's like 3 or 4 years in the future, and they leave that till then. But in regards to the future of the DCEU, I would just focus on like the solo movies, because the solo movies just seem to be like easier to do. Like Man of Steel's a good movie. I don't know why it got shat on by the critics. Wonder Woman's obviously a good movie. Just focus. We have Aquaman. I think if Aquaman is a hit, they'll definitely just be like, okay, hold off on at least Justice League and maybe some other group movies. So Suicide Squad 2 might be like halted for a bit. But if Aquaman is well received, gets decent money, because I don't think it was they filmed it in Australia. Whenever you film a movie in Australia, it's pretty cheap to make. That's why a lot of people do it here, because you don't have to do a lot of CGI and stuff, because you've got the scenery. Like, it's Aquaman. They film at the beach and the water. Australia is covered in water and has some of the nicest beaches in the world. They filmed it literally about 45 minutes to an hour away from my house. So I could have been an extra. You could have seen me in Aquaman going like, hey, what's going on? I decided to not take the limelight away from Momoa. Thought I'd just give him his chance. But yeah, so focus on maybe solo movies. Definitely if Aquaman is a hit. Maybe the only group movie they could bring forward is maybe Suicide Squad 2. And that's only if the Injustice League, or that group that Lex Luthor might be involved with, if that's like the villain. I think they should make the villains for... They should be the villains for Suicide Squad 2. And then, like, following that, they could build up to maybe them taking on the Justice League at another point. Because I heard that Suicide Squad 2 was going to have like Black Adam or something in it, and I was like, I don't know about that. That just seems like a weird way to introduce him. Like, introduce him in Shazam. And apparently Shazam's doing another villain instead of him. But yeah, but for the future of the DCU, if Aquaman is a hit in a year's time, so I know we have to wait a year to sort of get confirmation on that. But I'd probably just go with like solo movies for the most part. Like, you know, like just solo movies like Nightwing and stuff like the Batman, Man of Steel 2, or the new Superman movie and stuff like that. That's what I would go for. But thanks, Sam, for the super chat and the question. It was a very in-depth question that I went into there, or in answer, might I say. Do you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine? I did, but like it's an easy show to binge watch because it's short episodes. So it's on Netflix, I think. So I might just, I think it gets updated every week in Australia as well. So I might just do that. Iron Bear King dropping the $2 super chat. Do you think Arrow will ever do onomatopoeia? Sorry if I mispronounce that word. I always do. Like I pronounce like the hardest words in the world, but that word always gets me tongue tied. Maybe they sort of did him technically, like a character very much like him in season 1 of Arrow. They called him like Mr. Blank, Mr. Blank or something like that. Um, he's a hard character to do. I don't think they could do him as a main villain. Like in the comics, he works. I just don't know how he would translate that well from comics to TV. But yeah, like if Kevin Smith directed an episode, they could do onomatopoeia because he created the character, so he definitely knows about it. Knows more about the character, might I say, than a lot of other people. So if he was able to direct an episode or a couple of episodes of Arrow, that would be a good time to bring in that character. But as a main villain, I couldn't see him being brought in. But I could see them doing him. It just matters like how they do him and just in like what context, I guess. Because I don't think they could do him as a main villain. Just maybe as like a first half of the season villain, but as like the whole season's villain, I don't think they could do it. Who do you think will be the Flash season 5 main villain? Probably just another speedster, but I wouldn't be able to like pinpoint which one. Well, they could do Cobalt Blue. I've always wanted Cobalt Blue on the show, but it could be a bit weird to do. Would Arrow be introducing Cheshire anytime soon? Well, I think they should have turned Thea into Cheshire in season 3. Yeah, they should have done that and then had her relationship with Roy go forward from there. They should have made Thea into Cheshire. It would have made her a much more interesting character. And it wouldn't have led down this weird Thea story we have, Thea storyline we have now, where she's just woken up from a coma. Like, they should have just made her Cheshire. Do you think Reverse Flash could be a main villain again at some point? I think he will. It just matters when. I think he will come back and it'll be. They should do Reverse Flash Origin, but I think they might save that for a season where Reverse Flash is like the main villain again. Because he was the villain in season 1, but like you don't like, he's not like showing up all the time. If that makes sense, like it's sort of like a mystery for most of it. How will they stop Earth X? Well, I'm assuming they're just going to kill them. I'm going to guess they're going to kill them because I don't know how you could defeat them without killing them. Or stop them. They'll just keep going back to what they're doing. Unless you destroy their Earth, but there are still innocent people on Earth X. Did you like Wonder Woman? Yes, I did like Wonder Woman. Very good movie. I've seen it multiple times. Just like personally for me, I liked the BVS Ultimate Cut. Do you like Lex from Arrow? Who's Lex? Lex. I'm just trying to think who the hell Lex is from Arrow. Sorry. You super chat by clicking the little dollar thing. It's like a little block. That's probably not the best drawing. Like Barry Allen's just done it then. You get like a little thing up there. And if you donate, I think $2 or more, you can ask a question. But yeah, you just click that little emblem down there for those that are asking. I know I say they don't really specify or have like an arrow or showing you the symbol, but yeah. But thank you, Barry Allen, for the $1 donation or super chat, might I say. Helps the channel out, much appreciated. I hope you become a writer for the Arrowverse fan game. I actually watched a video on that like 2 days ago because someone linked it to me on Twitter. It looks decent. Obviously it's in like still development and stuff like that. Like I definitely give it a go. Will we ever see Maxwell Lord again? I don't. He's jumped down the giant plot hole that was the bridge between Supergirl season 1 and Supergirl season 2. If we ever see him again, I'd be very, very surprised. I'd be shocked actually if we saw him pop up on screen again. I don't think the actor, the guy that played him, like didn't want to play the role again. Do you watch any other TV shows? Yeah, I do. At the moment, I'm not. Apart from Gotham, because all the other shows I watch have ended. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Oh, like I watched Punisher recently. I finished that like 4 or 5 days ago or something, that was pretty good. It should have been shorter. Like it shouldn't have been 13 episodes. It should have been like 10 episodes. Why don't we have Earth 1 Supergirl? Well, I'm assuming that like Krypton just maybe didn't explode in the Earth 1 thing. Maybe that's what happened. I'm not too sure. Do you think the DCEU will reboot because of the... Nah, it'll keep going. The thing is that Warner Brothers would just not invest like stupid amounts of money. Like, I can't believe Justice League cost so much to make as it did. They just weren't very smart with their money. Did you see the Freedom Fighters animated short, and how do you think that will affect the crossover? Yeah, I have. I think that the major thing to take from that is when Red Tornado like dies, because I think that's when Earth X like get him and like implant him and like turn him into like their Red Tornado. So that's probably the biggest thing to take from that. And also you do see some of them like fall to the ground, so maybe they died at that point, and maybe the Ray gets captured at that point. Who knows? Post the live stream, they go unlisted, so they like I don't put them live just because it clutters my channel, especially because I've been doing them pretty often. So they just clutter my channel a bit. The only ones that really go, I think I've only made one live or something, or stay on my channel like public, and that was like the Justice League one, maybe. I'm not too sure. Maybe in that one I didn't even keep live. I'm not too sure. I don't really like keeping the live streams on my channel as public, but if you want the link to it, I will post them on Twitter, and you can still watch them. They're just not public on my channel. Do you think Earth X Prometheus... Oh no. Do you think Earth X Prometheus is Roy Harper? Nah, I don't. I think he's Tommy Merlin. Thank you, Rachel, for the $1 super chat. It's much appreciated. Nathan Blasco asked, do you think Deadshot will come back in Arrow? I have seen a lot of people asking that. Probably not, unless it's more like sort of like visions or maybe a flashback or something. I think he is dead. Maybe they could do Earth X Deadshot. I don't know. They did like Earth 2 Deadshot, which was pretty funny in the Flash season 2. So maybe we could have like another Earth's version of Deadshot. But yeah, no, for the most part, I don't think we'll see him again. In regards to like Earth 1, like present day, I don't think he survived. Why is Felicity the most hated character? It was just because like she's involved with Olicity. If like Olicity wasn't a thing, Felicity would be fine. Because look, season 1 and 2, like there was really no like vast complaints about her. It's just because of Olicity. Like Olicity isn't good. Like, Olicity is written very badly. It just doesn't. Like if Felicity wasn't on Team Arrow, I think it would be fine. Like you could get away with it. I don't think people would care too much. But because Felicity's on Team Arrow, so whenever Oliver's in the cave and they're talking, Team Arrow's there. And then when they're in a relationship, they're together. So it's too much Oliver and Felicity on screen. And Felicity, Emily Bett Rickards, who plays Felicity, isn't the strongest actor. So she doesn't really have a lot of range. She does the comedic stuff well, but anything other than that is not that good. So yeah, I think that's a lot why not many people like Felicity, just because Olicity. As I said, if Olicity wasn't a thing, I don't think there'd be too many people asking for Felicity's head to be chopped off by Deathstroke all the time. But Sam, thank you for the $2 super chat. You should talk to Techosaurus about being a writer. Yeah, I'm not too sure what the game... I thought it was just like an open world, sort of like an MMO almost, but it does seem like there's going to be a story, but I don't know if I'd be a writer. I'd probably put too many things that I'd prefer. I'd be a bit biased with my storylines, I think. But thanks, Sam, for the super chat. It's much appreciated. I could definitely give him some ideas if he wanted to. He could definitely slot some of his ideas over to me and approve them or not. Anyone else miss Bronze Tiger? Yeah, he was okay. I think it's a plane flying over me. I can hear I was wondering what that sound was. It's a goddamn plane. No, the crossover starts for me tomorrow. So about tomorrow, like around this time, tomorrow, add maybe 3 hours, and that's when it starts. Why is Cisco in the pipeline? I think he's talking about, I think King's talking about one of the trailers. I'm just guessing he gets locked up there. Why is Iris the boss of Team Flash? Because they don't know what to do with the character. That's basically the easiest answer. Like, she should be doing the journalism stuff. I don't know why she's not doing that. Do you watch Riverdale? Yeah, I do. It wasn't on this week, I think, because of Thanksgiving or something, but it's on next week, or this week, might I say. Hello, Sufian. Yes, I do remember you. When is Black Panther released? I think it's February. I think that's when it comes out. Why do you think they should have killed Felicity instead of Laurel? Well, I don't think that. They shouldn't have killed Arrow. This Arrow season 4 grave thing was so stupid. It was just another thing where, like, I have a feeling they knew their storyline wasn't good. So they put in a mystery to keep people watching going, okay, who died in the grave? Who died in the grave? The issue that they actually did was that they revealed that Felicity survived too early. Because I think their ratings actually dropped off after that, sorry. Like, they started to go down because everyone was like, oh, Felicity survives, who cares? And they just stopped watching. Because the storyline wasn't good in Arrow. Like, really, in that back half, it was borderline unwatchable. Like, it really wasn't interesting. Why do you think DeVoe hates Barry? Probably because it can walk, I guess. I don't know. Thanks, Rachel, for the $1 super chat. It's much appreciated for supporting the channel. What's going on with Roy? Well, that's going to be on my video. That's going to be out in about 45 minutes. I'll end this stream about 30 to 35 minutes, or 40 minutes maybe. Like around 5 minutes before I make that video live. And so, yeah, so if you're still up on this live stream around then, you'll be able to jump on that video and be one of the first people on there. Why is the Teen Titans DC show on the streaming service? Well, I think it's just a way to get people on that streaming service. That's, I guess, the easiest way to explain it. Hello, Matthew Jess from Northern Ireland. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I think that's why they're putting on the streaming service. It's like Young Justice Season 3 is on the streaming service as well. It's just to give it content. You got to give people a reason to subscribe. Thoughts on Snow Barry? Yeah, like I think Caitlin and Barry would work together if they got together. Like, they obviously did hinted it in, like, was it season 1 or something? I'm surprised, like, on another Earth they weren't together. I'm surprised they didn't do that. Batman versus Flash, who would win? Flash. I say this all the time. Flash is like one of the most overpowered superheroes. Like, if you really annoyed him and he had to take you on, he would just run back in time and throw you off a cliff as a baby. Like, he would just do that if, like, it had to get to that. Like, Flash could kill you easily. No, official TBH, if people use caps, it's okay. It's just really the overuse of emojis that I'm not the biggest fan of. So if the caps are fine, it's just if people are using the emojis, like I don't mind like a couple, but if you're like literally posting like 4 lines of emojis, then it's a bit annoying. Will Thea ever get killed off? I don't think so, because I think if they were gonna kill her off, they would have killed her off by now. Like, I'm surprised they kept her alive after Leanne New and put her in a coma, because I'm like, okay, well, what purpose is she gonna serve when she comes back? But yeah, so I think if they're going to kill her, they would have killed her off by now. Do you take fan mail? Like, some people ask me this, and I was like, is it worth me opening like a PO box for people to send stuff? Like, I might talk, like, now we won't go over it, but like when I get back from overseas, we might do it. Hello from Las Vegas. Tony Plays, I might be going there. Actually, I am going there when I'm overseas. I'll be going there for a day or two, so that should be pretty fun. But yeah, in regards to like fan mail and PO box, I'll like think about it when I get back, because there's no point me setting it up now while I'm going to be away for almost a month basically. So I'll do it when I get back. To keep up with Legends storylines, do you have to study any American history? Legends tend to do like well-known American history, so stuff that like you learn just because it's part of like world history. Like, the only stuff like maybe the Civil War, I didn't really know too much about, but a lot of the other stuff like they talk about, I know most of it, or I'm like fairly familiar with it. Yeah, official TBH, the only thing that's really annoying that deserves like a timeout is just the emoji spam. And like, really inappropriate comments like swearing and like over the top swearing and stuff like that. That's the only thing that's worth timing out for. Will you stream tomorrow? Yeah, I'll stream basically. I'll probably start my stream tomorrow, 24 hours from now. From whatever time it is where you are now, I will probably start my stream tomorrow around this time, maybe 10 minutes later on the hour. And we'll be previewing the Supergirl and Flash episodes and just getting everyone's predictions and getting hyped for it. And then the next day, 24 hours after that, we'll do another stream previewing the Flash and Legends episodes, but also talking about the Supergirl and Arrow episodes from the day before. So that stream will probably be more jam-packed because a lot of people have more questions regarding stuff. But yeah, that's probably that's the layout. So there will be 2 more streams following this, like 24 hours from now and then 24 hours after that. And this stream will end in the next like half an hour to 35 minutes. Do you think Superman will ever meet the, I'll answer this question. Do you think Superman will ever meet the Flash in the Arrowverse? Hopefully. It just matters Tyler Hoechlin's availability, I guess. And it matters if they can use Superman again, because I think last year they were allowed to use Superman because there was no Superman being used in any other media. But it might be more difficult to get him around then. And I can't remember who asked it, but you super chat by clicking that little thing. That's why I sort of got off thing, because someone like asked. It's that little $sign emblem under the chat box, so you can just leave a donation if you want, and you can leave a comment and or a question, and it will 100% be read out or answered, one of the two, depending on what you write. Ooh. Do you think Wally West went to the Titans? No, I think just Wally West is just off the show for convenience because they don't have to do anything with the character. In Titans, I don't think they've already got like Starfire and even like Raven, who would be pretty CGI heavy, and Beast Boy, so I don't think they need the extra CGI budget by having a Flash in there or a Speedster. Yeah, Ben Affleck's definitely the best Batman we've had. I'd like to see him continue, but if he doesn't want to continue, then I'm okay with him leaving, because why would you don't really want to force someone to stay in a role. That's how you end up with like crap performances, like, you know, Jennifer Lawrence in X-Men. Like, if you didn't know about that, she didn't want to do the was it Apocalypse, I think it was. She didn't want to do that, but she was like contractually obliged to do it, so that's why her performance is very crap in that movie. It just seems like she doesn't care. Will Sarah meet Black Siren in the crossover? They should. But I don't think they are, because I don't think Katie Cassidy was on the set during the thing. Yeah, Super Chat can be a bit weird. Like, apparently, like you could donate before and then you try again, it doesn't work. I don't know it's not in beta. It's just like not well known about, so I don't think YouTube puts too much focus on it. Yeah, so I'm not too sure like what goes. Maybe if you like refresh the stream or something, that's probably the best way to try. That's the best way I could do. Or add or remove your payment source. That's the only really thing I could figure out. Could Roy be Caden's son? I actually have heard a decent amount of people talk about Roy being Caden's son. I don't think I'd enjoy it that much, to be completely honest, if they went with that. But if they did it, I don't know, we'd see how it went. Do you think Ralph will get a purple or red suit? I think he'll get the purple one. Like, the red one's like, is it black there and red there, or is it red there and black? It's one of the two. Oh god, thanks Janice for the super chats, much appreciated. But yeah, I'll get to that question in a second, Janice. Yeah, I think Ralph will get the purple one, just because red and black, like the red just looks too much like Flash, and even then with red and black, it almost looks like what do you call it? Vibes, because Vibes go like black and then red and then yellow, so it looks a bit too similar. But Janae's dropping the $20 super chat, much appreciated. Support your channel, it's, as I said, much appreciated. Do you have any expectations for Rain? Like, will she stay as she is, or will she have a conflict between Samantha and Rain? I kind of want to see that. What do you think will happen to Ruby? Yeah, I think because Rain's been revealed very early, I think that's what's going to happen. There's going to be like either Rain pretending to be Samantha or Samantha fighting against Rain, because it does seem like it's going to be like almost like a Killer Frost thing, where she's like, there's someone trying to take control and there's someone on the other end trying to avoid that person from taking control. So I think that's what they're going to do. I definitely want to see that as well, because I think it'd be cool, but then also boring at the same time if she was just Rain from now until the end, because she's obviously going to be the villain by the end of the season. But yeah, I definitely want to see like that conflict between Samantha and Rain, and just Rain taking over at certain points, and then Samantha like taking control at the majority of times, because I think they still have to continue like her normal day-to-day job and day-to-day life. And in regards to Ruby, because she's like obviously the spawn of or the child of Samantha, I wonder if she's gonna have powers. They might go down that route. But then again, there could be something where the people that created Rain are like, you can't have a child. You can't have a child. It might be something weird where she might actually have to get rid of Ruby or something. I did hear, like, one of the theories I think is like, come the end of the season, Ruby will be adopted by Alex and Maggie. Like, they'll get back together and Ruby will be adopted by them, so they have a child now, and it's not through that baby stage, so it's like already a developed child. It's a crazy theory, but I don't know if they'd want to kill a child on a TV show, especially one that is a main character, really. Like, a lot of us are getting to know her, so I don't know if they'd do that. But yeah, thanks for the question, Janice, in the super chat, because I think I'd like to see like that conflict between Samantha and Rain, because there is a lot of this season to go. But yeah, but thanks for that, much appreciated. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Do you think anyone else will join Malice's team? I think he's got his team, because at the beginning of the season they did say Gorilla Grodd, Damien Dark, and Kawasa, so they could bring in some like fourth crazy option. Maybe Malcolm Merlin, because spoiler alert for Arrow's season 5 finale, he died, so they're bringing back all these people that are dead, even though Gorilla Grodd's not dead, but you know what I mean. So they could bring back Malcolm Merlin if they wanted to. But what was I going to say? I think they've got the team. They're just really going to build on that team, because Legends, come the crossover, is halfway through its season. Legends only got 16 episodes, so when the crossover airs, that'll be its 8th episode, so that's halfway through. Thanks everyone for the support, just the nice comments in the chat and stuff like that. It's very much appreciated. When did they say that in regards to the team? Did they say that? It was in, is it Comic-Con or something just before the seasons ended? Yeah, I guess it just matters if Malcolm's dead or not. Like, we didn't see his body, so is he actually dead? He is called the Magician, so he could have easily got off that landmine and just blew everyone else up. What fan theories would you love to come through? Well, the big fan theories are all with Flash, really. Like, I'm just trying to think if there's any other Flash, any theories with other shows. Or they could do like one of the theories is that like Booster Gold would come into the show, obviously to tie with Rip Hunter, which would be pretty interesting if they did that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head like any other major theories that have been coming up with these shows. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Do you think Supergirl will end up with Mon-El? Probably, and they're probably going to go down this dramatic storyline this season, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, I don't like it when they just stretch out these romantic things, especially when it's like drama, like a love triangle. Love triangles can be really annoying to watch. Like, I think the only real interesting love triangle was Tommy, Laurel, and Oliver in season 1, because it just caused that massive conflict between Oliver and Tommy, and it just led well into that finale. Did you like Superman and Justice League? Yeah, I very much enjoyed him, and that's like how they did Superman in that movie and ended it off. It just gets me really excited to see what they do with him in the future, because they did greenlight Man of Steel 2, or the sequel to Man of Steel. Hopefully they don't call it Man of Steel 2. They just call it Superman or Superman something. Hopefully that's what they do. Oh. Do you think Earth One Felicity will die? No, I don't think she'll die. If she could die. I just personally don't think she will die. I don't know if anyone wants to see my awesome T-shirt. It's a what's the? I can't remember what breed of dog it is, but it's wearing a Batman mask. What breed of dog is it? My sister always tells me, because she likes this shirt. 1 hour, boys. What does 1 hour mean? 1 hour till what? What do you think is the worst episode of the Arrowverse ever? That Helicity episode last season was pretty bad. The Arrow season 4 finale was pretty bad. Oh, there's some Supergirl season 1 episodes which were really bad as well. Do you think we'll get a version of Green Lantern on one of the shows? Probably not. They could have done one Legends last season, and cut down with the emojis, please. Like, you're just gonna get timed out if you post the emojis. But with they could have done Green Lantern on Legends last season, with Alan Scott, but they didn't do him. So if they didn't do him then, I don't think we'll ever get the Green Lantern on the show, just because it's very expensive. Like the Alan Scott Green Lantern is probably the easiest one to do, and his suit would have looked really funky if they did it as well. Thoughts on the new Constantine? Do you mean like the animated show? I know there's like the animated series coming out fairly soon. Favorite Easter egg in Justice League? Favorite Easter egg in Justice League? I'm just trying to remember of them all. I don't know, I think they might have cut out a lot of the Easter eggs. Like, I was expecting some Easter eggs to Flash, maybe like some villains he's faced. I was expecting that. But we really didn't get that. Maybe just like the sort of like the hinting to Reverse Flash with the whole his dad's in prison, speed, like him dropping Speed Force. Like, I wasn't expecting him to drop the word Speed Force. Why is Cisco not upgrading his suit? Or building tech for himself? Oh, he doesn't really need that great of a suit. The only thing he could really improve is his like gauntlets. That's probably the best thing he could improve. The mask on Earth X Flash looks like the mask that was originally on the Flash suit when it was made for firefighters. Oh yeah, that's true. It does. Yeah, the whole mask thing as well. Yeah, I didn't realize that. It is. So yeah, it's like almost like a throw. Like the whole thing, like the whole that character in general is like almost like a throwback to season 1. Like, it looks like the old Flash suit, and it's got, you know, a Harrison Wells under it. We're gonna stream for like another 20 minutes, I want to say. Roughly around 20 minutes, give or take a couple of minutes. Who was your favorite all-time hero? It's Green Arrow. Yeah, it's Green Arrow. But it's followed by like Flash and Green Lantern. Why do you think that Warner Brothers limited the Justice League movie to 2 hours? From what I heard, it was just to appeal to more people. Like, you know, people might look up and go, oh, 2.5 hour movie. Oh, I don't want to go see that. Or 2 hour movie. Oh, yeah, I can sit through that. Unfortunately, it it sort of backfired on them because it ruined the actual like content within the movie, and you need good word of mouth a lot of the time to get your movie seen. That's like That's why Wonder Woman made so much money. That's why like Thor Ragnarok made so much money, because good word of mouth. Like if it was just a Thor movie, I don't think like Thor would have made like $200,000 less, but because it had good word of mouth, it made more money. Do you like Lex from Justice League? I think he's fine. He puts like a new, like you got to realize like he was like an immature, so he's growing into it. I don't think he's gonna be the greatest Lex Luthor, but he's definitely going to improve. What what is Gary's future on the? Oh, do you mean Legends? Isn't that like that random? Is that who you're talking about? That random like time bureau agent? I don't know. I think it's just gonna be a bit of like a meme on the show. Like it just pops up every now and then. How would you rank this week's episodes? Probably Flash, Supergirl, Legends, Arrow. Why aren't you active on Instagram? I just don't like using it, but when I go overseas, I leave. I'll be going to the airport now. This is me going to the airport. That's probably how I walk into it. I will be leaving to go to LA exactly a week from now. I think I posted on Twitter last night, like, oh, 1 week until LA. I was just being preemptive there. I was just posting it early. But like a week from now, I'll be going to the airport to fly to LA. So I'll be posting on Instagram when I get over there. Just because I don't really like Instagram, but I will use it for when I'm over there. And also Snapchat. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, the links are in actually the description of this live stream. If you want to go follow me there. Snapchat will probably be posting the most on, but I will still post on Instagram every now and then. Gary is Malice. If that's the case, that'd be hilarious. Like he's spying on everything, but I don't think he will be. What order do the episodes come out? Supergirl and Arrow tomorrow, and then Flash and Legends the day after. Yeah, Arrow has been disappointing. Hopefully, in the back half of the season, it can pick itself up. Like I think, as I said, last season of Arrow, the first half was not that good. It wasn't really that good. It was the back half that really picked it up. So hopefully they do the same this season. Will Roy return? Well, maybe you should watch my video that will be out in about 20 minutes or something after I finish this stream, because it might answer your question there. Hey Pagey, what do you want next year's crossover to be? Well, I did want them to do something with the multiverse this season, and that's what they did. So I sort of got my wish. They'll probably do another intergalactical or out of this world threat for next season's crossover. Because the thing is, they have to keep improving on it, and this season looks like this one that starts tomorrow looks like it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, they'll probably do some sort of like galactical threat. Maybe the Thanagarians, because I did tease that in Legends. But that might be a bit big. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Crime Syndicate. Yeah, they could do that, but they might have to leave that for another season just because it's like, doppelgangers again from another Earth. It might be seen too similar. Mika's going to be hitting on Killer Frost in the crossover. That doesn't surprise me too much. Do you think Blue Beetle will appear on the CW? Yeah, they've teased Court Industries more than just a few times. I know. I think if they were going to do him, they would have done him by now. Yeah, I don't know if they'll do him. I remember when they did it back on Smallville, like when Booster Gold was there and then they brought Blue Beetle in. I remember that back in Smallville. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I think in the mid-season finale, DeVoe traps Barry in like a speedster-proof box or something like that. Will they? Oh, thank you, Sam. We'll get to that in a second. Will they spoil anything in the promos for tomorrow? Do you mean like the promos they show tomorrow? Will they spoil anything for the next episodes? I'll give you a hint, but they'll probably just show stuff that's like hinted at in the actual episodes beforehand. But we'll get to Sam's question. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Sam. Always supporting the channel and the streams. It's too much. But would a story arc in Arrow with Lady Shiva be cool? Like it ties to Richard Dragon would be interesting, or ties to Richard Dragon would be interesting. They could make her Shadow's sister, and that she wants revenge for her death, and bring Selena Jade back. Well, they did introduce, whatchamacallit, like, Shadow's sister back in season 3 of Arrow in the flashbacks, like her twin sister. So they could make her Lady Shiva if they wanted to. Yeah, like, that'd be interesting. And they did like bring Selena Jade on back for like just that small little role in that Arrow episode. Like she was in that for like hardly anything. That's actually pretty interesting. They could do that. It's actually got me thinking. Like, because a lot of people love Shadow, so if they brought back like the twin sister and made her Lady Shiva, that would be awesome. And especially if it's tied to Richard Dragon, whether it be like after he got out of jail, because if you don't, a lot of people don't know what Ricardo Diaz or Richard Dragon's story in Arrow this season is. He was wrongfully imprisoned, and like they find out that, then he gets released and he gets like this massive like compensation payout, like it's like 20+ million, like 28 million or something. That's what he's using to like do all this drug stuff in Star City, might I say. So they could do something with maybe Lady Shiva knew him before he went to prison or after. But yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. But thanks, Sam, for the super chat and the question. It's definitely got me thinking, that one, because I would love to see like Selena Jade, who played Shadow, back as like a new role, like most likely as that twin sister turned Lady Shiva. Sports Master for Arrow, maybe, I don't know. I know a lot of people always like he's Artemis's father. Like Artemis last season was a bit of a disgrace, to be completely honest. I don't know why they bothered calling her Artemis, but yeah, I didn't like Artemis's storyline. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Like, is she dead? Like, they didn't even confirm if she's like dead or not. Like, it's just like, oh, she was in that cage. It's just assumed she's dead. But I think like someone went to get her. Didn't like Nyssa go to free her from the cage or something? Do you think they could do a Civil War for next year's crossover? It'd be hard to set it up, you know? Like, it'd be hard to set it up, so I don't know if they would do that. Earth 1 Krypton for next year's crossover. Yeah, maybe they can make it like that. I don't know if they could do it. Oh, I don't know if they could do that, actually. Maybe they could set up that maybe there is like a Supergirl on Earth 1. But I think they could just do something where both of the worlds combine. That could be the event for next year. Just like a crisis event, essentially, but it's going to merge Earth 38 and Earth 1 together, at least. Ricardo Diaz is Richard Dragon. If you watch Arrow, he was the guy that appeared in episode 6, and he was like the head of that drug ring. Do you think the DCEU will get a Green Arrow in the future? I think it will. It's hinted at. It's like, I think in, I think it's Batman. It was either Suicide Squad or Batman v Superman. You can sort of see like a green, like letter in the sky, and that's usually associated with like the big Q for Queen Industries. And then in some Batman v Superman material, like promotional material, they had Queen Industries as like one of the competing companies to LexCorp. Or is it LexCorp in Batman v Superman? Yeah. Yeah, if you can hear birds in the background, it's birds. There's like birds making noises all around me. Do you think the Brain will become a Flash villain? Probably not. Do you watch like Agents of Shield? I did. I watched the first half of last season, and then I didn't watch the second half. But yeah, I didn't finish it off. Do you think Oliver will stay I'm guessing you mean the Green Arrow even after Diggle is back? Probably not. Probably be like on and off, as in regards to like who's Green Arrow. Like I think Diggle will be Green Arrow again at some point this season. I think Oliver will be Green Arrow probably next step in the mid-season finale at least. Citizen Cole joined the Legends. Yeah, I think he's only going to be on Legends for like 1 or 2 episodes after the crossover. So probably the Constantine episodes, which are episode 9 and 10. I think that's where Citizen Cold will be on the Legends, and then he'll go back to Earth X after that. Will the Ray be on the Flash or no? Well, he'll be on the Flash episode, I think, of the crossover. But in regards to him going to the Flash, I don't think so. Best/worst Wells. Well, if I was going to rank them, like I don't really say something's the worst, but in regards to ranking them, I do like Harry, so probably Harry, then like season 1 Wells, and then but then you got all those other Wells. I'm just doing the main Wells. So those 3. So Earth 2 Harry, then just Earth 1 Wells, and then HR. Do you enjoy watching Gotham? Yeah, it wasn't on this week because of Thanksgiving, which Arrow should have taken a note, but I understand because of the crossover they had to air that episode, so they sort of had to take a bullet for that one. Their ratings were terrible for that episode, by the way. Almost got to 1 million, which is not good. Do you think Helena will return in regards to Huntress? I'm guessing you mean. Maybe. It just matters if the actress is available. I think they said they might have plans to bring her back in the back half of this season, but it just really depends on if she's available. I think she's meant to be, though. I think that's why they talked about it. What happened to Nyssa? I don't know. They just really sort of went over that point, didn't they? I'm just going to guess she survived. Will Reverse Flash return this season? Probably not. I think he'll come back as a villain at some point in one of the seasons. I just don't think he'll be back this season. Apparently, all the Legion of Doom members from last season are meant to appear on Legends again this season, so we could be seeing him again on Legends at some point. But yeah, don't count on that because I just heard that was a bit of a rumor, or it was a suggestion that it might happen. How do you not like HR? I didn't say I didn't like HR. I just in regards to like ranking, the other 2 are better than him. I did like HR. I thought it was funny. I thought a lot of people hated him and I actually liked him. But just in comparison to the other 2, I think the other 2 are better. Why is Vibe in the pipeline? We already answered this. It's just probably he just gets locked in there by the evil people. Because he can't breach when he's in there. He can't use his powers. So Citizen Cold is the final appearance of Leonard Snart in the Arrowverse, right? Yeah. At this moment, it does seem like it. It does seem like he's not coming back after this, which is surprising. I'm surprised that he would send that out saying that's his last videos ever, episodes of the character ever. But maybe he's just committed to another role or something, and he can't come back. I don't know. Do you think Artemis will return for it? No, I think Artemis is gone. I think she's not coming back at all. Oh yeah, so we'll be streaming for like another 5 minutes roughly, and then I'll end the stream. So if anyone wants to get any last questions or super chats or anything like that, just get it done in the next 5 minutes or something, because yeah. And then my new video will be up about like 5 minutes after that. Are you going to miss Captain Cold? Yeah, like any version of Leonard Snart. Yeah, especially if he doesn't come back at all, because I think he does add a decent amount of what do you call it, just character to the show. I think he's actually a good addition to the universe. But yeah. Is Elongated the same? No, Elongated Man's a different character. The Plastic Man's one character, Elongated Man's another character. They're two different characters. Like Plastic Man was a villain turned hero, while Elongated Man was just a hero. Do you think Earth 19 Flash finessed the velocity serum and that's why he's lightning? I don't think so. I think he's just lightning's purple. Do you watch Big Bang Theory? No, I don't. I've watched I don't watch it, if you know what I mean, like consistently. I've when it's been on TV and I've been eating some dinner or something like that, I've watched it, but like I don't like watch it if you know what I mean. Flash season 3, good or bad for you? Disappointing. That's probably the best way to describe it. Because I thought that the first half was good, and then like elements of the second half are good. It's just like overall, it just ended up being not very exciting, a bit disappointing. Messy. Messy's probably the best word to go for. It was very messy at the end. What storylines do you want for future Flash seasons? Well, it does seem like they might go for the Trial of the Flash one for the first half of next season. Hopefully they do one with the Rogues. But yeah, it's sort of hard to tell what they're going to do. Thanks, Sam. It's always great. Yeah, thank you for all the support and the super chats and stuff. It's very, very much appreciated. You help the channel out heaps. But yeah, have a good day. You super chat by clicking that thing. It's like a little... I might be able to scroll down, actually. I'll show you if I scroll down on here. It's this little emblem here, and you click it, and you can go send a super chat. And then you can just like put the amount you want in there, and you can type a comment and stuff like that. Let me scroll back up. Oh, too far, too far. That's good. A bit more. There we go. Black Lightning predictions. I'm not too sure, eh? Like, I want it to be good, but like, I'm not extremely faithful with it because it's like a month away from coming out and they haven't released another trailer for it. Like, that's a bit of a worry. Like, the only trailer that's out for it so far is that trailer from like ages ago. Like, why isn't there another trailer out? Unless they're just trying to keep everything under wraps. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, they need to start promoting that show now. Like, they can't just bank on it being shown after Flash for it to get views. Like, people have to be somewhat invested in it before they actually show it, before it actually airs, if that makes sense. Get good entertainment dropping the $2 super chat. Do you think Daniel West Reverse Flash will come? Well, that's another thing they could do next year with they could do like the first half of the season, or the opening part of the season is like Trial of the Flash, like dealing with consequences from the end of this season, and then they could step into Reverse Flash Daniel West, where maybe Joe and Cecile's child is Daniel West, and maybe something happens and his future version comes back and messes with them, and then they could interact, maybe either Bart Allen or maybe Dawn and Don Allen. We know that Dawn Allen looks like she will be in the crossover this season, so that they could bring her back and tie her into that. Because if you didn't know, apparently this whole season has been fully planned. Like, that everyone, like a lot of the people on the show know the ending. I think Grant Gustin said he knows how the season ends, while in previous seasons, in season 2 and 3, he didn't know how it ended until like he read the script and stuff like that. So they could do Daniel West. And I think that'd be pretty cool if they did, like, and they tied in like more Flash family members and stuff like that. But thanks, Get Good Entertainment, for the £2 super chat and the question. It's much appreciated. And Janice once again dropping the $5 super chat. Very much appreciated, Janice. In the animated show, it looks like Barry Allen is the Dark Flash, but in this crossover, it is Wells. Any thoughts on that? Yeah, a lot of people have been been like wondering like what's going on with that. Like, why was it Barry in that animated show, but in the crossover it's Wells? Now they could just make it so it's like fan service to have Wells back in like as an evil Flash, but also an important thing to remember is that on Earth X, obviously Germans or Nazis won World War II. Barry Allen's a Jewish character. There's like an issue there, like, or would they really have like a Jewish person on their army, like they're Nazis and stuff like that? So maybe that's what they went with. Maybe they got confused there, or maybe they realized that and there was some confusion beforehand with the animated team as to why they put Barry Allen there. And also it could just be so they didn't have to make another suit. Those suits are expensive to make, and like this crossover in general is already expensive enough to make. So maybe they thought, well, more people obviously watch the live action stuff compared to the animated stuff, like a vast majority. So would anyone really notice? So maybe that's what they went with, just to make things easier. But it will be weird when that animated show comes out and it's Barry Allen as this Earth X Flash and not Tom Cavanagh or Harrison Wells or whoever this person is, whether it's Eobard Thawne posing as Harrison Wells or stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, they should have maybe thought that through a bit, but that's why. I think it's probably due to Barry's religion, and also probably just the ease of filming it and just the cost of like making a new suit and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks Janice for the $5 super chat and the question as well. It's very much appreciated for supporting the channel. Will this be saved to watch later? It will go unlisted, but if you ask me on Twitter, I'll post the link on Twitter, basically straight after this, like once the stream ends. So you'll be able to watch it once you click from there. Do you want to be in the YouTube cinematic universe by Jazza? I don't know what that is. Sorry, I honestly have no idea what that is. But guys, I'm actually going to end the stream right now. My new video will be up in about 4 minutes. So I do appreciate you guys for watching. It's awesome that you guys are tuning in. 24 hours from now, we'll be streaming before the crossover episodes start, and then 24 hours after that, I will be streaming again, talking about the previous night's episodes and then the episodes coming that day. So it's a lot of streams coming, but hopefully you guys tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a bit more, actually, yeah, tomorrow will be a bit more interesting. We can talk more. And then the day after that will be even more interesting. There'll be lots of stuff to talk about. But anyway, but yeah, thanks very much for watching. It's awesome that you guys are tuning in consistently for these streams. But yeah, I'll catch you later, guys. And yeah, see ya.